peeps, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the subconscious jungle and emerge with shiny new insights. Today we're going to tackle a topic that might sound a little bit like a therapy session with your own inner drama queen. Yep, you guessed it, talking to my ego. We're going to have a chat about what the ego actually is, why it's always there, and how you can turn that inner critic in your biggest cheerleader. Ready? Let's dive in. First things first, let's talk ego. Imagine your ego as a little voice inside your head that insists on giving you unsolicited advice. You know, the one that's always ready to remind you of every embarrassing thing you ever done. Yep, that's the one. But here's the thing, your ego isn't the villain in the life story. It's just trying to protect you. In its own slightly misguided way, think of it as a very personal bodyguard who's a little too eager to keep you safe from anything that might make you uncomfortable. Now let me share a story to illustrate this. A few years ago, I was preparing for a big presentation. I'd been working on it for weeks, pouring my heart and soul into every detail. The night before, I felt a mix of excitement and terror. My ego was on high alert, whispering, you're gonna mess up. People will laugh. You're not ready. At that moment, I realized my ego was doing its best to protect me, but it was also trying to sabotage my confidence. So I decided to have a little chat with it. I sat down, took a deep breath, and said, "All right, ego, I hear you. You're scared of failure. But you know what? I'm going to take this risk anyway. Thanks for looking out for me, but I got this." The next day, I walked into that room with a new perspective. Instead of letting my ego's doubts control me, I used them as motivation. And guess what? The presentation went great. And I didn't let my ego's fear dictate my actions. Instead, I turned its concerns into fuel for success. Here's a cool trick for you. When your ego starts running its mouth, have a little conversation with it. Ask it what it's afraid of and what is trying to hold you back. Then reassure it that you got things under control. It's like telling your overprotective friend, "I appreciate your concern, but I can handle this." Another way to deal with your ego is to transform its advice into motivation. Instead of letting it tell you why you cannot do something, use its fears as fuel to prove it wrong. It's like turning your ego into a personal trainer, one that's really into motivational speeches. Like, "Oh, you think I can achieve this? Watch me." And let's not forget the power of self-compassion. Your ego might be loud and persistent, but you have the ultimate say in how you respond. Be kind to yourself, celebrate progress, and remember that growth often comes with a few bumps and bruises. So next time your ego starts running its mouth, just give it a little wink and say, "Thanks for the input, but I'm on my way to greatness." Remember, you're the one in charge of your life, and your ego is just quirky sidekick in the journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our empowering content. Keep shining, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.